Hi Judy, it's Tina. It's really good seeing you. Um, and I wanted to tell you thank you for entrusting me with this question that you have for the spirit. Um, and the question that I wrote down was, am I on the right path for family matters? And it's a really good question, and I know that spirit will be able to give us something for you to work on. So let me just explain what's about to happen. Um, so I'm first going to veil myself, and I'm going to pick up my rattles, and I'm going to rattle myself to um, in a point in my trance to where I am introduced into whichever realms I'm about to embark upon. I never know where I'll be. I don't know if it's going to be lower, middle, or upper world. It's all totally dependent upon the situation, the question, and where spirit wants to take me. So when I get to that point, I'll put my rattles down and pick up my drum, and then I'll start drumming, and that's where I enter a deeper trance, and that's where the message will be brought to me, and the question, of course, will be offered up to the spirits. I hope to meet with my guides. I will ask for your guides to be present. Um, Sometimes they appear multiples. Sometimes it's just one. Sometimes it's none. Sometimes it's just my spirit guides that want to bring show themselves forward. So once again, that's always different. So I'm hoping that I can bring back the answer to your question, and I hope it has meaning and depth for you. And what I'd like for you to do is I'm going to send this link to you afterwards, after I'm finished. It'll be on YouTube, and as you're listening to it, I would really suggest that you also get yourself into a comfortable spot and relax. Listen to the rattling, listen to the drumming, and you may also receive messages that were intended just for you during this journey. So that will just enhance the whole process. So I'm going to go ahead and get ready, and just lay back, settle in, and relax. Okay. And I put a veil on just to separate myself from this world. It just helps entering the trance. Okay. So I will begin now. Give me a minute to write this down or I'll forget important details. Oh wow, okay. Okay, sorry. It was so vivid. Okay, so I usually enter my the trance. I see a guardian. I call him the gatekeeper. It's really my welcoming committee in more ways than anything. He's always dressed differently, and it's a Indian. The feathers, the the dress, the dress, not the, I wouldn't call it a costume. So we always end up dancing together, and the dance is different, and it's always it's an indicator of the journey. It's always part of it. So he was dressed in turquoise and black feathers. Not together, but different. Um, Mostly turquoise, but his body had black and then turquoise feathers here, and his leggings were black. And he started dancing really like sharply. It's just like it wasn't so much smooth like a bird would be like, but it was kind of like jagged. And then he started almost like in a helicopter fashion, going around and around, and he's doing that around me at this time, and he's doing that and doing that, and then at some point he just stops, and he comes to me, and he says, "Welcome, I can enter." So he just he smiles, and so I walk on, and I'm entering a high desert area. So I'm in the lower world. Not much vegetation, lots of rocks. Every now and then I'll see a glimpse of green, and I'm calling out for my guides or yours to step forward, and I'm saying who I am, and I'm on this journey on behalf of Judi, and I'm asking the question, are you on the right path for family matters? So I turn this corner. There's a big boulder, and I turn this corner, and there's this huge open expanse, and I see a woman, and I've not met you, Judi, so I don't know what you look like, but it was a representation of you, and you are in the middle of a circular about of rocks. It's there's just like almost like a fire pit of some sort, but you're not on fire. It's just how they would place the rocks in that. But it's a larger circle. I would say 12 feet, and you're in the middle. And you are there are cords connected to you, cords that are alive. It almost looked like vein. It reminded me of like veins. So they're pulsating. So there's a lot of pulsating movement, and they're just connected to you all over. I mean, you're not surrounded like tightly, but it's almost like you're attached here and here, and the cords are just going out into another person. So they are attached to other people. I saw two. I'm going to say middle-aged people, a man and a woman. And they're on this side, and then I see a younger female, 20ish or so, she's on this side, and then I see a much older woman, older, maybe 70ish or 80ish on this side. And the cords as they're attached to them, the color of the cords indicate to me health. So the cords to the two older, the middle-aged people, they were grayish. And then the younger woman, and then the older woman, they were more healthy. They were almost like a rosy color. But it was a give and take. So it was a give and take, and it was the energy was giving and taking. So what I could see was that the two people on this side, they were more taking. And what they were giving back to you wasn't of substance. It was sustenance. They were almost giving back to you harmful energy. So that's why I think that it was gray. And then the younger one, hers was a give and take as well, but hers was more of a healthy flow. And then the older one was the same. So what I was able to understand from that is that when you were looking towards the two older middle-aged people, I could see that you were giving to them, but you knew that they were not giving back to you everything that they could, and it wasn't a comfortable relationship for you, but you were doing it out of obligation. Out of some type of, you felt like you needed to. The same for the younger daughter. The younger daughter was actually attaching to the grandmother. Oh, the grandmother. Okay. I didn't put that connection into it till just now. So you're attached to the 20th daughter or person, and then the grandmother, and then the younger daughter, the younger woman, was attached to the grandmother. And so she was supporting the grandmother as well. So you had actually like this circle going on with those three, you, the grandmother-ish person, and then the younger woman. And this was a very healthy relationship. It was, you were providing to each other, you were giving to each other. It was the circulation was extremely healthy. And then my guide was my grandfather, and I call him grandfather. I don't know if we were of the same bloodline or not. I was asking him, is Judi on the right path? And he said, yes, you are put on this world in this plane to assist those in need. So you are doing right by your family. However, there's individuals right now that are taking advantage of that situation, and he showed me what they would offer you. Because any relationship, no matter what it's like, it's a give and take. No matter what's going on, it just can't be one-sided. So the older woman was offering you. It was so beautiful. Balls of colored lights, but it was energy. She was offering it to you. So she all she had to offer was this beautiful ball of energy, and it was colored. It was brilliant. It was like pinks and greens and mauves, and it was just pulsating. And that's what she offered to you in the circle. And then the younger woman, she was offering you flowers. So she had flowers, and they were beautiful flowers, bouquets of flowers, just individual. She was just throwing flowers at your feet because you're in this middle circle. The two older middle-aged people, they were offering you rocks and broken shells, and they weren't doing it graciously either. Like you could see by their their methods, and how they were just kind of like throwing it with no care. So what grandfather was explaining to me is that you are doing right by your family, but there's certain family members or people involved, I don't know if they're blood, that are not doing right by you. And so it was almost like you were turning towards the sun this way. You were facing the younger woman and the older woman here, and you're trying to keep your back towards these two individuals over here, because I could tell that you knew that they are affecting your life, your lifeblood. They're draining you. They're not, as I mentioned before, you're giving them your life force, your positive energy, and they're giving back to you their negative energy. So it is coursing through you. So what grandfather said, that you need to do what you can to detach those cords, because they're not serving you in any way. You don't get any positive aspect of it. You don't get any joy from the relationship. They're just taking from you. Whereas the younger daughter, I say the younger, I don't know why I keep saying I don't know, and then the older woman, they are, yes, I mean, there is a relationship there. Yes, you are the one in the middle taking care of them, but it's a joy to do that. It's not a trial. They're not taking advantage of you, and you know that. You can feel it. You can feel their love. So I asked grandfather again, what sign would you have to know, what was the right thing to do? What, if you were on the right path, if you doubted this, what sign would you see or be presented to know for sure that you are doing the right thing? And he showed me a bird that has turquoise and black feathers. So that is your sign, Judi. When you're doing the right thing, you need to ask for the sign, and you'll be presented a bird with turquoise and black feathers. And that's what you'll know when you're doing the right thing. And yeah, grandfather said that you were put on this earth to service many people, and unfortunately there will be people that takes advantage of that. So let me make sure I didn't forget anything to tell you. Yeah, I think that's it. I think if I forget something, I will definitely let you know. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to stop the video. We're going to put it on YouTube. I'll send you a link. Only you and I will have access to that link. I'll do a little write-up of what it was outside of what I just told you. I hope this resonates with you. I hope this makes some sense, and I hope it was something that answers your questions. So thank you again, Judi. Thank you so much for honoring me with your question, and blessings, and thank you.